Hey neighbor, welcome back to Beyond ARTV. My name is John and it's time for a review of the new Billie Eilish single, her first since her debut full-length album When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go, which landed earlier this year in March. I'm not sure if this is going to be like the lead single from Billie Eilish 2, like everyone's hyping it up to be, if there's an EP, if this is just something from the cutting room floor. But I know, even though a lot of people are like, oh, she's an industry plant, she's just trying too hard to be faux deep or whatever, I was somebody who thoroughly enjoyed that record, and it's among my favorites of the year. In fact, I find Billie Eilish to be extremely talented alongside her brother Phineas, who cannot go unnoticed or underrated at all. His production skill, his backing vocals that he adds to a lot of the tracks, and he's once again teaming up with her for the production of this new tune, Everything I Wanted. And this cuts into you like a dagger. Let me tell you, this is sad stuff. This is sad girl, sad boy hours, whatever you want to call it, but it actually does have a deeper message that cuts straight through. I think this song is really working for me because of the fact that she cultivates the atmosphere and establishes right away. I had a dream, I had everything I wanted, and then actually in real life, we've seen Billie Eilish dominate the entire world for like the past year. Her rise has been meteoric, unparalleled. So many people love her. Millions of adoring followers online and in real life coming out to her shows. But also, she's starting to feel the responsibility, the pressure to perform and be there for her fans. And then they look to her for the answers. And what if she doesn't have them? What if she lets everybody down? That is what this song is about at its core. And I think devastating is the best word that I can think of to sum it up if I had to do a one-word summary of the entire song. It kind of floored me in a way because I knew that it was going to be a sad one. That's what she had been teasing on socials, but I didn't know that it was going to go to this place. It seems like she writes not only from her own perspective on this tune, but from that of others. Those who were struggling with thoughts of suicide, self-harm. There's a reference to flying off of the Golden Gate Bridge, and I think most of us can do the math there, unfortunately. Just a really sad situation to see where some people are pushed to the darkest corners of our mind. And also, Billie seems to clean out the skeletons in the closet by putting it out there that she doesn't have these answers, even though she feels pressured to actually do that sometimes. I don't think her fans are necessarily putting that on her, but she puts the pressure on herself. I know on a much smaller scale, the pressures that I put on myself from a day-to-day basis and the content that I upload to both of my channels, so I cannot even begin to fathom what it would feel like in the slightest to have so many eyes upon you at age 17. Your whole life is in front of you, but already people are knocking down the doors. I hate it that everybody is so impatient, like, oh, we're finally getting new material from Billie Eilish. It's been like 6 months since the album came out. 6 months, and we can't even wait that long. It just goes to show you how quickly internet culture is turning over new leaves, looking for somebody. If you can't provide for us, if you can't give us what we want, if we can't be everything you wanted, for lack of a better term, then we're gonna find somebody new. And I think that Billie Eilish is really starting to see and feel those pressures. Now, musically, this is a very understated tune, and I love the way that it flows. It's something that from Phineas's perspective, I think, on producing this one, he took cues from some of the cuts like Ilo Milo from the album that were a little bit more sonically palatable in the sense that they just felt a little bit more experimental, warm and cold at the same time. There's kind of an odd ebb and flow, and I love the kind of electronic feelings that swirl about. The underwater effect was nice when she talks about her head being underwater, and it kind of literally goes there. I think also there's some nice touches to the keys on this track. The overall atmosphere is really nice. It heightens the overall sense and message of the song. I feel like at the end, maybe it just starts to lose its way a bit, but it never really bores me at all. You feel invested in the message and the delivery of the track and the overall styling. Billie in full control on this one, and just harnessing the sadness, the raw power, and the emotion to actually take this to the next level to actually work. For me overall, I think this is one of her best songs yet, and that's saying something because, again, I really did enjoy the Don't Smile at Me EP in addition to When We All Fall Asleep, and this is another great stamp for her to leave her mark on 2019, something that people are really going to remember. This is more than just a passive message. It actually feels like it went there and successfully pulled it off without being cheesy or feeling like it was trying to grab at a straw of, oh, I want my fans to feel like I'm connecting to them. This is almost saying, like, I feel that there's a barrier between us and I'm having a hard time dealing with the pressure because of all these connections that I make. I mean, yesterday feels like 1,000 years ago, she sings on this one. So I think it's well written, well produced. Overall for me, I'm leaning towards a 4.5 out of 5. But I would love to know what you guys think in the comments section down below. Sound off your thoughts and feelings. I hope you enjoyed my one-take review of this new single from Billie Eilish. If you did, then please hit the like button on it. And subscribe for the love of music. If you want to see my thoughts on Billie's debut album, then tap here, or tap here for a review of Don't Smile at Me. Other than that, my socials are in the description, and I'll see you soon for more right here on Beyond ARTV.